Welcome to Cool Cash Cow. I'm Cool Cash Cow Connie, and I want to shout out a big moo-moo to you for joining our Cool Cash Cow community and making money online with us today. As we get used to living in the age of COVID-19, we stay inside and look for other ways to make money online while we don't leave the house. But in reality, it's hard to find a job like that pays for simple tasks like subscribing to a YouTube channel or just answering a survey. But good news, there's a website called Nomadtask that does the same thing. It's a place where people can post simple jobs, put up a reward, and ask other people to do them. In exchange, we get paid, which can later be turned into digital currencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. In today's video, we explain what Nomadtask is and how you can use it to make money. But first, go ahead and slap that subscribe button and bell icon so that you miss out on none of the Cool Cash Cow secrets. Now let's jump into it. What is Nomadtask? Nomadtask is an on-demand task marketplace that can help you create marketing missions for your products, social channels, marketing content, app reviews, surveys, and a lot more. More than 250,000 skilled digital nomads from more than 150 countries will do your job and help you reach your marketing goal. Nomadtask is a microtask website where you can get paid to do simple things like subscribe to a YouTube channel and show proof or install an app and leave a review. Most things are easy enough to do. Most tasks only need a screenshot as proof, and the pay ranges from 2 cents to $1. But sometimes there are harder ones that pay as much as $13. The site doesn't have as many jobs, so it's first come, first served. The minimum payout used to be $3, but it's now $5. They pay out in their own token, which they call Hunt Token, as well as in Ethereum or Ripple. Maker Guidelines. 1. Simple and clear task instructions. Please make task instructions and proofs that are clear and easy to follow. You will decide whether to accept or reject a worker's work based on what you said in your task instructions. Nomadtask can change the moderation result if the worker complains or if it's not clear why they were rejected. You can only turn down a submission if it doesn't meet the requirements you laid out for the task. If you reject a submission that follows your rules to the letter, can force you to accept it without telling you. In other words, you shouldn't turn down a submission for a reason that isn't clear in your task instructions. If you turn down a submission this way, we can force it to be accepted without telling you. 2. Minimum task reward level that is just right. Please set a minimum amount of task reward that is fair for each submission that is accepted. If the minimum reward you set is too low compared to what needs to be done to finish the task, people may not want to work on it. Once you start your task, you can't stop it until the entire budget for the task has been spent. 3. Multiple tasks in one task. Don't put more than one task in one task. One job should only have one job, or a number of steps to complete the task. Please keep in mind that your task could be deleted, or Nomadtask could run forced approvals if the team decides that your task contains more than one different task. 4. Reward distribution. The worker will get the task reward 4 hours after you approve the task submission. Once the reward has been given out, you can't change the outcome. 5. Moderation within 72 hours. You should review the workers' posts within 72 hours of when they were posted. If you don't approve or reject the task submission within this time, it will be approved automatically. 6. Task expiration. Your task will expire when there is not sufficient budget to accept more workers to join. In this case, you can add more money to the budget to keep the project going. If you don't, your job will be done for you. 7. A call for moderation. You might get a request from a worker whose submission was turned down to change your moderation result. This request could come to your registered email. You should answer the appeal and give a good reason for saying no. If the reason for the rejection isn't clear in the task instructions, you should change the moderation result to approved. 8. Achievable task. Based on your instructions, any worker should be able to do your job. If Nomadtask find out that your task is designed in a way that makes it impossible to do, Nomadtask can approve worker submissions without your permission. If the workers have spent their time and resources trying to do your task, but failed because it's too hard to understand based on your instructions, or physically impossible to do, Nomadtask can also stop doing tasks that are meant to take advantage of people's work. 9. Risks when using Nomadtask. Please be aware that some services, like Nomadtask, do not allow services that are based on getting paid. Before you run your task on Nomadtask, you should check the terms of the platform you're using to make sure your channel or product isn't at risk. You are in charge of making the task, and neither the workers nor Nomadtask can be blamed for any suspensions. Nomadtask are not responsible for any kind of loss or damage. Also, if your service or product is taken off the market, you can't turn down real submissions that followed your task instructions correctly. Before you start your task, make sure to check the terms or rules of your channel or platform service. Nomadtask terms. You agree to the following terms with Nomadtask if you use the website. Users post and finish tasks on the website, which is an online place. Makers and workers need to sign up for an account before they can post a task or join one. Users can work together online to finish tasks and pay for them through the website. Nomadtask have nothing to do with any contracts that makers and workers make in the online venue. Nomadtask just help get people in touch with each other. Scope. Before you can use the website, you have to read all of the terms, the website's policies, and all of the information linked to them. You must read and agree to all of the terms, the Nomadtask data policy, and other policies on the website. By agreeing to these terms when you visit Nomadtask website, you agree that they apply every time you use the website or any tools Nomadtask give you to interact with the website. Some websites may have extra or different rules that Nomadtask tell you about when you use those services. Eligibility. You won't be able to use the site if you can't make contracts that hold up in court. You are under 18 years old. You are suspended from using the website. Or you do not hold a valid email address. All free user accounts are linked to specific people. Users shouldn't give their login information to other people. The person who owns the account will be held responsible for everything the account does, without exception. Users can give a business or company name that will be linked to their account. When a business name or company name is linked to a user's account, The user understands and agrees that these terms are a contract with the user as an individual, not with the business or company, and that the user is solely responsible for everything that happens with their account. A company, corporation, trust, partnership, or other non-individual corporate entity can be a user who needs an eligible corporate account, which may be needed to pay for corporate subscriptions. You can't give or sell any of your rights or obligations under this agreement without getting written permission first. Using Nomadtask. You won't try to do any of the following while you're on the website. Post content or items on websites and services that don't belong there. Break any rules. Not pay for services they've done for you. Get around or change Nomadtask fee structure, the way Nomadtask bill, or the fees you owe Nomadtask. Post content that is false, inaccurate, misleading, deceptive, offensive, or hurtful, including personal information. Do anything that could hurt the feedback or reputation systems, like showing feedback, importing or exporting it, or using it for something other than the website. Give your username and Nomadtask account information to someone else without Nomadtask permission. Send spam, unsolicited or bulk electronic emails, chain letters, or pyramid schemes, or post them. Spread viruses or any other technologies that could hurt Nomadtask, the website, or the interests or property of Nomadtask users, including their intellectual property rights, privacy, and publicity rights, or that are illegal, threatening, abusive, defamatory, invasive of privacy, vulgar, obscene, profane, or that could harass, cause distress, or inconvenience to, or incite hatred against any person. Try to change, translate, adapt, edit, decompile, take apart, or reverse engineer any software programs Nomadtask use for the website. Copy, change, or share rights or content from the Nomadtask website or its copyrights and trademarks. Or gather information about users, such as their email addresses, without their permission. Reward. Reward is what a maker gives to a worker as payment after the worker's proofs have been accepted by the maker and pass the moderation process. All tasks have a set of rules and guidelines that workers must follow to get the rewards. Makers can turn down submissions or refuse to give rewards if the worker hasn't followed the task's rules and guidelines. Before they can join a task, workers must read and agree to the worker's guidelines. If you break the rules, the reward could be taken away, and you could be blacklisted if the actions are serious or happen often. Workers will get the reward in the form of USD points 4 hours after the maker approves the worker's submission. The reward will be added to the user's My Credit section, which Nomadtask manages and controls. The amount of rewards in My Credit will always be checked. If a worker does something that could hurt any of the Nomadtask services or the way tasks work, or if Nomadtask thinks that the worker's actions are bad for the quality of the Nomadtask services or the way tasks work, Nomadtask can close the worker's account and take away all of the reward value from the worker's My Credit. Worker guidelines. All tasks have a set of rules and guidelines called task instructions that workers must follow to get rewards. Makers can turn down submissions or refuse to pay out rewards if the worker hasn't followed the task's rules and guidelines. Once you've sent in your proof, it will wait for moderation by the person who made it. This could take anywhere from a few hours to 3 days. If the maker doesn't do the moderation process, approve or reject your submission, within 72 hours of the date you submitted it, it will be automatically approved. If your submission is rejected, You can ask for the moderation decision to be changed if you don't agree with the reason. The Appeal to the Maker tab on the task page is where you can start the appeal process. When you send your message and click the Send Email button, it will be sent to the maker's registered email address. The task reward will come in the form of USD points 4 hours after the maker approves your submission. The reward will be added to the My Credit section of your profile page. On that page, you can transfer your reward to the same amount of Hunt tokens, an ERC20-based cryptocurrency, based on the market price at the time you ask to withdraw. Don't send proofs that aren't related to task instructions. Plagiarize or make up your own content. Ask the task maker for help without a good reason, or stop the task from running. If you do any of these things, your account could be put on a blacklist. If you are blacklisted, you won't be able to get rewards from completed tasks or cash out the USD points that show up on your My Credit page. Makers can report your proof if they think you are trying to abuse the system, or if the quality of your proof is much lower than what is expected. If different makers report your account more than 3 times, you will no longer be able to use Nomadtask. This is a final decision, and you can't get out of your ban for any reason. Please read the blacklist policy to find out more. Carefully check that you have the skills to do this job. There may be certain requirements for each task that tell which workers can join it, e.g., device type, minimum number of followers on your social media channel, language, etc. Nomadtask has a trust score system that uses a worker's trust score as a way to measure how trustworthy they are when it comes to nomad tasks. The score is based on a number of things, such as how well your alternate account works and how often your submissions are approved. Every day, this score is changed. Your ability to join some tasks may be limited if your trust score is lower than the minimum score set by the task's creator. Lying about where you live is considered an attempt to abuse. You must choose the country where you actually live. Unless you do this, your account will be closed. Accounts with adult content may not be able to join tasks. For more cool cash cow secrets, click the video on the screen now.